Carl Coulage for the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. I am back for another show. That's 3 days of three consecutive shows. Started with Loyal to the E on Tuesday, on the court on Wednesday, and now Thursday, the roster. Hope everyone's having a happy St. Patrick's Day. Special shout out to the Irish. Today is a very a prideful day, and I'm the honorary Irishman. You guys know I carry that spirit 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The green is in my blood and it runs deep. So I got the posters all over with the Celtic logo. So you guys know my vibes. You guys know how I do. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone out there. Also, bracketology begins. Before I came on, I'm watching these games. Basketball. I know it's a football show, but it definitely ties into the whole sports theme and the whole sports vibe. So a lot of basketball for the next couple of days, and I'm excited for it. And I'm also excited for it, and everybody knows about it. It's spring break. So special shout out to any college professors, teachers out there who are on that spring break. We need it. So when we break, in the words of one of my good friends, Ziggy, or I think Brady Mack said it, when we break, we break. So that's the vibe I'm on. So let me let my guy Travis in. I know Paul is to follow suit because he's on time, but we got a couple minutes. The B show just ended. Kudos to the missus and an excellent episode. If you did not catch it, you can watch the replay on Facebook and on Twitch, interviewing Christina Vargas, who is a Suffolk County Community College Chief Diversity Officer. So if you did not catch that episode, again, I understand this is a sports brand, but we do have non-sports related content to keep you entertained as well. Please make sure you check that out. Travis, are you here? Can you hear me? Travis, are you in the building? I'll let you in the building, sir. Can you hear me? There you are. Can you hear me? No, I don't think you can hear me. Nope. Check that. So as Travis gets settled, as I said, today, the roster, we have plenty to discuss. Tom Brady, unfortunately, is back. And I have a little bit of, I have something to say about that because people seem to want to point fingers at the media and blame us for his decision makings and what he decided that he wanted to do. And I don't think that's fair. And we can't sit around and do that. I will not let that slide. I am always captain of the media ship. You guys will not smear our names. You will not sit here and try to blame us and tell he got the shirt. Oh shit.
I'm here. I'm in.
Shit. Yeah, he got the shirt. Oh, here we go.
Whoa.
He's stepping it up, baby. Oh, he's stepping it up with the shirt.
We couldn't get what's up, bro?
To everybody.
Yo. Wow. He didn't even send us a message to tell us to get the shirt. We
got merch and we don't even know.
Come on, bro. You know me, I'm with the t-shirt flex, right? I would have got one. If you had given me a message, I would have got one.
Check this out. To you, I'm Paul. To them, I'm a fashion designer. What can I tell you, baby?
I thought we was a team out here. We got merch.
Hey, didn't you have the big boy last week? Didn't you have the big boy? Did you tell us about that?
Exactly. So, guys, before I even let you guys get the rock, I'm just gonna say this, right? And I said the rock is this whole Tom Brady situation. I just want to make it clear. Shout out to Ray Jarvis of the Gray Area. He released his video, and people were tagging me in it, talking about, oh, I have to listen. Oh, part of it was the media's fault that you don't know that Tom Brady is back to football. I just want to make something clear. The media didn't pressure Tom Brady to do anything he didn't want to do. And people are going to say that I'm wrong for saying that. And the people we have to blame, we're not blaming. Whoever's in Tom Brady's camp leaked the information to the press. Well, that's all I'm going to sit here and say.
Hang on. I just got a message, and I need Travis to confirm this.
I just saw it. Yeah.
Am I seeing Devontae Adams traded to the Green Bay Packers for 2 prime 2022 picks? Shout out to Jose Rodriguez, one of the homies from my personal page. He's a huge fan of the Sports Hit List. He's seen us on live.
Ray Jarvis just said it too. Ray Jarvis just shout out to Ray Jarvis. So he's in the comments. He said it too. So we got So
Carl, before you finish cooking.
Whoa.
You guys can go ahead.
You trying to tell me Manny was right?
Hang on.
You guys can go ahead. Don't worry about me cooking. You guys can go ahead. Don't worry about me cooking.
This is the same Travis Cookie Monster McKay that told me that Aaron Rodgers' contract won't cripple the Green Bay Packers. And what do you see happen here? The best player on the roster was just moved to the other side of the country. Shout out to Las Vegas, Nevada. My wife is watching. She's in the viewers. I told her Don't worry about the kids. I'm going to Vegas, baby. I told him.
Travis, what are your comments with the trade here? What are your thoughts?
That is huge right there. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm on Twitter right here trying to figure out.
Are you trying to verify?
Wow.
You don't believe it? He doesn't believe it. He's trying to verify. You saw what he's trying to do, right? He tried to verify it. He didn't believe it. He tried to verify. He didn't believe it.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Shout out to Manny.
Wow.
I told you.
Right, Manny.
Bro.
You know what? Yo, Manny might make me believe in manifesting because he's been manifesting that for weeks.
Well, check this out. Manny's been red hot.
Wow.
For those of you who don't know, shout out to the fan zone. Shout out Mike and Manny. Manny he hit 2 for 12 parlays in FanDuel Sportsbook too. Manny's been hot. All right.
Manny has been man. Can we get him on right now? What are you doing, Manny?
The Nets ain't been hot. They ain't been hot ever since my boy Jason Tatum.
You want me to try? Listen. You want me to try and get him on? I can try and get him on if you want.
Yeah, if we can get him on, tap in,
Manny. I feel like we need Manny on the air, B. Let's get Manny in the game.
We can get him in, tap in.
Let me work on that. But as far as
that's amazing. The fact that they were willing to give up. I mean, the Raiders sat here and said, all right, forget the picks. We're going to go out here and get that wide receiver because when you put the franchise tag on a player, that automatically, I believe it's an automatic like 2 first-round picks. Like you can still sign the player, but you have to automatically give up, I believe, 2 first-round picks or something of that nature. So
did you see the money yet, Trav? 141.
I don't know. They gave contract out?
5 years, $141 million. Whew. Wow. Tell my kids right now we in the backyard when this show is over. You gonna play something out here in Florida. I don't give a shit if it's cricket. Yeah. You gonna play something.
It's gonna be baseball. We know baseball is where it's at, though. Honestly, when you're talking about
listen, I'm telling you right now, Aaron Rodgers is shitting bricks right now. The fact that the Green Bay let this happen, that is insane right there. I mean,
bet you he regret taking that deal now.
I don't see. We got to stop that narrative. It has nothing to do with the deal. It had nothing to do with that because we got to stop that. Because one, Aaron Rodgers' cap number this year is only $28 million. That's one. Also, it was never about the amount. From what I've heard, I heard the issue was that they wanted to get what was there was a discrepancy on what exactly who is the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. For some reason, the way the DeAndre Hopkins deal is set up, people didn't want to necessarily respect that as the highest paid. So I heard that was the big issue. So to sit here and say that the Aaron Rodgers deal was the one that messed this up, the cap this year is over $200 million. That means, and if Aaron Rodgers' cap number is only $28 million, that's a quarter of the cap number. You trying to tell me you can't sit here and build
play devil's advocate for you.
A solid roster with $150 million. Cut it
shout out to the title.
Look at this guy. King of manifestation,
bro.
My man manifested this right
here.
Yo,
stand still wherever you're at. Just stand still. Could you stand still for 5 minutes, bro?
Excuse me?
Could you stand still for 5 minutes?
Nah, you know why? You know why I'm not standing? It's like I'm on some type of energy because Devontae Adams is going to be running all over every single body. I'm here.
That is
who called
wild.
It? Who
you called
it?
We got to give it to you. You manifested this, you know.
I told you. Crazy. I'm here.
Even when they put the tag on him, I said there was no way.
I need to go play a game of Madden, bro. Like I need to update the rosters in Madden, bro.
That's insane right here. That's wild.
Shout out to Mr. Davis. Big time players make big time plays.
All I have to say is
so hold on. So guys, so let's give Manny the floor. Manny, what are your quick thoughts here with the late breaking trade?
I mean, look at all my fans out here. Exactly.
This guy.
Nobody. It's all me. I called this shit. I stated this multiple times. I have been made a mockery of. Y'all have been coming at me.
Hey, don't say y'all.
Hold on.
Don't say y'all, bro.
Hold on. We have another breaking in the hit list streets. Paul, Ryan has challenged you to a one-on-one in Madden on Twitch, on the hit list Twitch for Madden.
Ryan Forte?
Yes, Ryan Forte just challenged you.
Check this out.
That's what he just said.
Check this out. I have never lost to any known friends in Madden in 15 years. That's on God. Second of all, don't believe me? Ask David Adams, the Boston Celtics /Jets fan, what happened when he asked to play PTG in Madden last year. Ask him what happened.
Hold on, don't do that to my boy David. Don't do that.
I don't want to embarrass Ryan. You one of the bros, bro. You an intern, you a student. I don't want to have to do you like that.
All right, so Manny, go ahead, finish up, man.
All right, let's get back on track. Let's get back. We got a lot to cover. Let's get back on track.
Go ahead, Manny.
Look at Travis.
I just have a question. Paul stated not everybody, a very select few people actually believe what I said. That's probably just
I'll
one
be the
person.
first to say I was against it. I'll be the first to say I didn't think it was going to happen.
I mean, Travis, your MO is to go anything against me. So let's be honest.
He ain't lying.
You don't deserve happiness. Deshaun Watson better not go to your pants.
Wow,
You
I don't deserve happiness.
No, you can.
Wow.
No. Let me refrain because I already know your mom was probably watching. You're probably gonna kill me for that. I just want to say you don't deserve happiness in football for your team. You can have happiness all in your life, whatever. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I called it. I'm outside. Ziggy, where you at? We need to spark. Today is a glorious day.
On the roster?
Today is a glorious day.
All right, have a good day. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. We're going back to the show. You take care. All right. You take care.
All right.
Have a blessed night. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
We was at with your Tom Brady.
Back to Tom Brady because I got a lot to say.
Tom Brady, I
feel like I differ on that opinion.
Listen, as I was saying with my comments about Tom Brady, and again, there's going to be partial media blame because the media was quick to jump the gun. All I'm saying is that as a media a personality, and we all have it, you have your sources. So whoever leaked that should be the person we're looking at. It's not the person who gave the news. It's the leak. Tom Brady had a leak in his camp. All right, so he made the announcement and then he reneged on it back and said now he wants to come back and play. Everyone's entitled to make their decisions and say, you know what, I changed my mind. There are certain factors in making him do that, but we're not going to sit here. And again, we always sit here and do this. The media is the first to get the blame behind it. Adam Schefter, what was he doing? He was doing his job. All right. So he got the source. He made the information come out publicly, and Tom Brady later confirmed it with an Instagram post. So how can we sit here and now all of a sudden turn around because he decides to change his mind, partly blame the media for pushing him to make a decision that really he didn't want to make? To me, it doesn't have to do with the media. Tom Brady just decided to change his mind. So those are my 2 cents. Paul, I know you wanted to address the situation as well.
I told y'all back in January, Tom Brady was an attention conniving. He is the GOAT, but attention conniving baby. He couldn't stomach that comeback after Cam Akers literally fumbled the game away in Tampa for Matt Stafford to rip. He literally ripped his eyebrows off with that throw to Cup, and Matt Gay kicked that game-winning field goal. He couldn't stomach it. I promise you. The week later, biggest game of the year, Rams, Niners, what does he do? He announced a retirement. It's got to be the fastest reverse retirement in sports history. I don't think there's ever been a player who's retired from the game and about 45 days later was back. Like he was back. Hey, I've never seen him before. And you know what? No one has this angle, but that's what PTG is here for. Paul Wall is my name today. That's what I'm here for. He couldn't stomach not being the most popular man in Boston for a day. It's interesting that it happened on the day where Kevin Garnett, and Carl was in his seats for this, was getting his jersey retired. The Boston faithful. And what do we get? What do we get hurling in from the top rope like Macho Man Randy Savage? Tom Brady's back as Carl's on the tour bus coming home. That's what he did. That's what he did, bro. It's like he couldn't even let KG rock for 24 hours. He's back. So Tom, I never loved Tom Brady. I'm a Peyton Manning guy, so I hate Tom Brady. Let me tell you something, and this is for all the PG-13 sense people out there. Fuck Tom Brady. You heard it first. PTG.
Are y'all done being dramatic?
Yes,
I'm not being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic.
Yeah, being dramatic. The man changed his mind. It happened. It's crazy that you two are the married men on this show.
I'm not being dramatic. I'm just saying. I'm just defending the media. I'm just defending the media. That's all I'm doing. I'm just defending the media. That's it.
The man sat here. Y'all know what the saying is: happy wife, happy life. She tried to press him to retire. He gave it a shot. but he realized he couldn't do it. It is
Yeah.
what it is. He changed his mind. Like, we making a big deal out of it. Tom Brady's back. We act like he actually missed time. Like, he ain't even missed no time. Tom Brady was home with the kids. He got tired of hearing, "Hey, Daddy, let's watch this." He was home for 2 months with them kids. They said,
First
nah,
of all, it don't even happen like that. As a guy
I'm going
with
back
two,
to work.
the
I'm
kids
going
don't ask
back
you to
to
watch
work.
TV. All right, they run in their own directions. That's the first thing. The second thing is,
He said,
They
"I'm
just-
ready to go back to work." Come on,
Trav, let me
now.
ask you
Y'all
a
know
serious
how
question.
it is. Cut it out.
did Giselle
What's up?
retire? Did Giselle retire? She didn't.
I don't think so.
She
I don't think
didn't.
she does.
Now-
Does she still model? No.
Yes, she does. She's still the face of Stuart Weitzman, right? Getting paid. She makes a lot more than he
okay.
does, right? Here's what I'm gonna say, man. Here's what I'm gonna say. The timing is my issue with Tom Brady. NFC title week, Kevin Garnett retirement. If he's not the center of the attention and the most talked about person, suddenly he just comes sweeping back in. And I'm not blaming the media. I'm absolutely on the side of Carl. This ain't the media's fault. They did what they were supposed to do. When there's smoke, there's fire. Adam Schefter seen the smoke, got the story, and he put that shit on fire. I'll be mad at Adam Schefter. Come on, man.
You think Tom Brady was paying attention that they was retiring Kevin Garnett jersey in Boston? He wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I
to that.
do.
Whatever.
Yeah, I
Well,
do.
let's move on. We got a lot of free agency talk. This is nothing. It's not a big. Tom Brady's back. I'm happy. We get to see the GOAT play for another year. Let's call it what it is.
I do
All
want
right,
to
so
before
Carl,
we
I
get
think-
into the
I think-
agenda.
wait,
Carl, I got
you
one
had
statement for you.
Yeah,
I got one statement for you.
but I think you also had something to say about Baker Mayfield. Did you not, Paul? Right?
Oh, we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
You want him first?
Whoa. Hold that to the AFC North. We're gonna get to that.
Okay,
We got him today. We talking about his division today.
Okay, so
Carl,
anything.
before we get into this,
Go ahead, sir.
just about 72 hours ago, I gave you credit for being the most knowledgeable Haitian in regards to the NFL. And then you come in here on the roster and you wearing a Boston Celtics t-shirt. Here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to get you a roster tee also. All right.
I get a roster tee. I mean,
It's St. Patrick's
we all
Day.
get one.
It's St.
Check this
Patrick's
out.
Day. It's St.
Check this out.
Patrick's Day. That's why. St. Patrick's Day, not on St. Patrick's Day.
Check this out. I got a couple colors. All right. Next week, I'm going to drop a different color on y'all, different colorway. All I'm telling you is we're going to get you a roster t-shirt too. I'm going to get you one too, Trav. I got one for you too.
Yeah, we sending you the cash.
We
right
appreciate
now. I
that.
need a shirt. We got merch, and we don't even know. We got merch out here. Who knew?
Ever since you came out with that big boy.
I know that was a good one. That was definitely a highlight for sure.
I got another trick up my sleeve for you, Playboy. You stay tuned.
Copy that. Hey, I like it.
So is there
Escalation
any
only
other
makes the
free
show
agency
better.
moves that stood out to you this week, Trav, that you want to highlight before we move to the AFC North?
I mean, we got some good. I would like to say two of the teams that I'd like so far, their moves are the Miami Dolphins and the Chargers. I mean, we got to. It's always said that you can't necessarily win. You don't put together a winning team in free agency, but it's a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? In case of the Dolphins, to sit here and pick up Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert to add to that backfield, we got that Shanahan zone running scheme. We know how running backs tend to be productive in that scheme right there. To bring them in, that is clutch to add to what they already have in that backfield. Then you bring in Cedric Wilson, who I think the Cowboys, we can all agree the Cowboys really wanted to keep. That's a key signing right there to bring in right there, put him in that slot receiver position along. Then you got him. Then they brought in Teddy Bridgewater as a solid backup. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Tua. We all know Tua is the entrenched starter, but who knows what happens throughout the season. I mean, they signed their defense. They signed their defensive end, Emmanuel Ogbah, back to a big deal, which was good. They got Connor Williams on that offensive line. He can be suspect at times, as far as penalties, but he's a decent, offensive lineman. So to sit there and bring all that in, those are good signings. And then as far as the Chargers, I mean,
hey, listen, man, it's two people on the show, baby. All right, I got
you. I was right. We got time. We got time. But go ahead.
We got till 8 o'clock, bro. Like 8 o'clock, man. Come on, bro.
Go ahead.
Talking about. How could you not be a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Right. So coming into the offseason, what were the Steelers' problems? Interior offensive line, both guard positions in the center, and Big Ben being a dinosaur at quarterback. You upgrade easily on the athleticism side with Mitch Trubisky. I think he has a strong year with those weapons. And Mason Cole, right? They got Miles Jack on the other side now, too. Got younger at the cornerback position. You replace Hayden with 3 young guys that are athletic and talented. I'm a fan. James Daniel also at guard and Okafor at guard. Like, literally, they replaced their offensive line, upgraded the QB position. We will see Najee Harris have a great year. And we know what those receivers are capable. As long as Deontay Johnson isn't dropping passes, the Steelers are always going to be in position to win. So I love what Pittsburgh did. And you started talking about the Chargers, so I can't talk about them. But you know who I'm going to give some flowers to? Shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They spent $250 million. People are clowning the Jaguars. You know what? Doug Peterson can coach. That we know. Super Bowl winning coach. I told y'all when he was going to get fired. I'm telling you, he's going to change the tides in Jacksonville.
Oh, now he can coach. You was ready. You was the first one calling. Now he fired.
I said he was going to get. I said he was going to get.
Paul, I don't know if I can let that slide, bro. You my homie. Listen, I don't know how to let that slide, bro.
We gave you credit. We gave you credit for being the first one to call it, but now he could coach. Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's a little sus, bro. That's a little sus.
I've been firing people and hiring people my whole life. I know when somebody about to get clipped. All right, I could just his ass is gone. I told y'all week 3 he was gonna be done in Philly. However, I never say he couldn't coach now. All right, but you know how you change the culture in a losing environment? You go get some talent around guys that are willing to change the culture. Zay Jones has been around a winning culture. Christian Kirk was in a winning culture. Evan Ingram, he was tripping with that. That was a bad signing. But keep your eye on Jacksonville. They actually played some decent games last year. They already have a decent O-line. We know their front 4 and the back end is young and talented, led by the black Josh Allen, right? And Cam Robinson at running back is stout, and we haven't even seen their first rounder in ETN, who shout out to Haiti, right? Travis Etienne, he wasn't even playing last year. He got hurt in the offseason. They got some weapons, bro. They definitely got pass catchers surrounded by Trevor Lawrence.
I see them running a lot of RPOs down there. If you look at some of the talent that they brought in, it's very scheme specific to looking like a lot of RPOs being run down there. We know it was a staple in their offense up in Philly. Too. Yeah, so I can see them making some moves. I mean, they may have gave out a lot of money, but sometimes it is what it is in free agency. You got to overpay. You're Jacksonville, so sometimes you got to do that.
So, Travis, do you have a big board for us today, or are we going to be able to run down? No,
we got a little bit of a board. We got the board 2.0. It's not as big as the last one. We got a little screen sharing. I told you we're in the configuration mode. We got to figure that out. We'll be ready. We got a little bit of a board though.
Well, okay. I have a board too. All right. And my board is called the baby board. You want a board? I got a board too. Don't ever try to one up the God, bro. The team needs right here, Playboy.
Yeah, he has the shirt and the board. So would you like to run through your board as we go through? I mean,
Carl, you got to enable screen share for me, Carl.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right.
Look, you need all these extra resources.
Now, go ahead. Go for it.
Go ahead, Paul. Get your board off. Go ahead.
Go first.
Yeah. All right, go for it. Yeah.
So, I know we weren't supposed to talk about Baker Mayfield, but I have to. First up, we got the Cleveland Browns. Went from sky high to rock bottom last year. Why? Because apparently they don't have an adult at quarterback who now wants to be out of there. So they didn't get Deshaun Watson, even though they publicly said he's the only guy we want. Well, he ain't going there. So then Baker comes back. Hey, you're still our guy, Baker. Nah, Baker said he out. They won't trade Baker Mayfield. So we got drama in Cleveland. However, I still think they need to add to the wide receiver position. To me, those are their two biggest needs. Murray Cooper will be outside. After him, I'm not sure DJP, Donovan Jones Peoples, whatever you say the guy's name from Michigan, is the answer.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Look for Cole Beasley, who surprisingly just got cut by the Buffalo Bills, to walk in there and be a slot. If it is Baker, we know he's not a deep ball thrower. Therefore, the slot is something you need to go after. So that's Cleveland. Pittsburgh, notice it's blank. Pittsburgh no longer has to fill anything. They're going to build in the draft from here on out. Pittsburgh is in a great position. They got 3 quality receivers. I'm hearing Juju might go to Green Bay to replace Devontae Adams. Shout out to the boy Jose Rodriguez again in the Sports Hit List comments, one of our viewers. Shout out to the bro. If he doesn't, Juju's coming back home. Juju is the X-Man of ever. He will be back in there. They need to add a receiver. but I don't think they're going to do that through free agency. Baltimore got 3 needs, primarily the edge. Not securing Zadarius Smith is a loss for them. They needed that guy. They need the edge position. They did shore up the back end with Marcus Williams at safety. I'm still not sold on the young quarters. Averett, I don't know how my man Humphreys is going to recover from ACL. I think they need to take a look at the cornerback position. But surprisingly, defensive tackle, letting Calais Campbell, a proven leader, walk away, the face of the defense last year for that team captain. I don't know what they're going to do at the nose guard position in the NFC North. The AFC North, you need that. Teams are running the football. So keep your mind on that. But they are a great drafting team. Last but not least, we got Super Bowl runner-ups, Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, offensive line is a priority, obviously. But also the cornerback position. People clown my man Eli Apple all year, but he about to get paid by somebody because he ain't going to be a Bengal.
He re-signed.
Oh, he just signed? Oh, damn.
I think it was like a year. I think it was only for like a year.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
They still need 2 more corners, right? in order to play quality defense out in the AFC these days, with the kind of guys that's playing receiver, you need 3 cornerbacks and 2 safeties. So we know about Bates on the back end. Look for them to upgrade the cornerback position and do it pretty quickly. Shout out to the wife for allowing me to use her work chalkboard, aka the baby board. There you have it. There it is. Floor is yours,
Travis,
Mr. Screen Share himself. Watch he jack this up.
Right.
I gave him access.
We working on it.
Professor, he don't know what he's doing.
We really don't.
I gave you access. All you have to do is hit screen share and you hit it.
He don't
and
know
it
what
should go.
doing.
I am hitting the screen share. For some reason, it is not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait.
This is like telling going up to the chalkboard with the answer and you don't even know the answer.
All right, it ain't going right. It ain't going right the way. See, this is what I said. We in. We are
baby boy that took his ass out of commission.
It ain't going right, but guess what? Right.
So who you got?
Won this week. First off, we're gonna start. Okay, now my whole computer is doing nut stuff today. Okay. First off, we got with the Ravens. We started off with the Ravens. They need to address that offensive line position, that edge position right there. They struggled at tackle last year. I mean, they're going to get their $100 million tackle and Staley back at the from ACL injury. They lost Villanueva. He retired this year. So they're going to have to address that tackle position. They're also going to have to address that interior offensive line position right there. I mean, you got to protect the franchise right there in Lamar Jackson. Also agreed they
is he the franchise
position and get one of the better safeties out there. Did you? Okay, all right. Is another question for another day. Is Lamar Jackson the franchise? I mean, yes, he's the franchise. Is that where you want to go?
He ain't getting paid.
He is most definitely the franchise right there, and that's on him though. From what I hear he is not. He is in no eager. He's his own agent, and I hear he is not eager to get this contract done right now. So that's on him. He needs to get that taken care of.
Yeah, he's crazy as hell.
Like I said, the cornerback position. I have cornerback position as their top need. Like you said, they had some injuries at that position right there, and like you said, we don't know how Humphreys is going to come back from that ACL, so they do need to address that cornerback position. Moving on to the Browns and their dysfunction over there. I still have wide receiver as their top need right there. They did pick up Amari Cooper via trade from the Cowboys, but I still, like you said, still think they need to address that position through the draft and also through free agency. Edge position, they need somebody on the other side of Myles Garrett to, take off some of that pressure so they can get to the quarterback a little more. And I also have quarterback at this point as a need. They can address that in the later rounds and hopefully get a developmental guy. Moving on to the Steelers. You had the Steelers as empty. Me, I still have quarterback at the top of their board. Yes, they did pick up Mitch Trubisky. They picked up Mitch Trubisky on a 2-year deal. He is a bridge quarterback. Let's cut it out. Yes, he is somewhat of an upgrade from a mobility standpoint from what they had with Big Ben, but Mitch Trubisky isn't the future right there. I still believe they're in the runnings to draft a quarterback in that first round. I think it's highly possible. And they have Mitchell Trubisky as a bridge guy. I still think they need to address the offensive line a little bit. As you said, they did address it a little bit on the interior, but them tackles still need a little work. And at the cornerback position, They could also address that position right there. They had some good pickups as far as picking up Miles Jack and linebacker position. I think that was a great pickup to have right there in free agency. But the Steelers still have some work to do, man. To me, they're still probably the third best team in this division. Moving on to last, they are the third best.
Winning the division this year, bro.
Okay, that's insanity. But okay, you go right ahead. You think the Steelers about to win with Mitchell Trubisky? Okay, this from the guy who had Mike Tomlin getting clipped last year. But okay,
I didn't think he wanted to rebuild, and now he ain't.
You can say that.
He hit the jackpot.
Moving on to the Bengals, man. The Super Bowl runner-ups right there. I got O-line, and O-line. They did sign Alex Kappa from Tampa Bay, which is he's a good interior guard right there. That is a good position. That's one of the upgrades that they needed right there. They also signed another offensive lineman, Ted Karras from, I have no idea where he came from, but that was also a good offensive line. But I hear they still out here being cheap. I hear they still out here working in their old ways where they don't like to guarantee money past that first year. Guess what? When Joe Burrow come up for a contract, you're going to have to get rid of that. So you might as well start now. Stop being cheap. Go out here and guarantee some money and protect your franchise, man. And there we go with the AFC North.
Well, then that does it. There you go.
But let me just say something. They don't got to pay Joe Burrow for like 3 more years, bro. Like,
yes, but they
like, they got time,
the Bengals. Yes, but no. But you got to understand the way the Bengals operate. The Bengals are one of those old school teams who don't like to guarantee money past the first year. And guess what? That's not the new wave of the NFL. When you have a franchise quarterback, Joe Burrow going to command $200 million. You're going to have to guarantee a lot of money past that first year. So therefore, you might as well start now. Like, why are you sitting here trying to sit here and play that old school? Stop being cheap. He is the franchise. Do what you got to do. Protect them. Go out here. There's a lot of offensive line talent still out there that you can sign right there. I mean, you got Teron Armstead out there at the left tackle position. You still got Lyle Collins. He was just released from the Cowboys, who I think is still a top 10 right tackle in this NFL. I mean, there's a lot of talent out there you can go out there and sign. Stop being cheap. All right. Go out there. You got to the Super Bowl with a horrendous offensive line. It's time to invest in that team. You have a window. Do it.
We'll see if they end up doing it. Guys, thank you so much for the show.
Hang on. Whoa, Carl. I know we're running low. What's things up? I want to say.
Go ahead.
Baker Mayfield. I almost forgot.
Go ahead.
There ain't enough commercials in the world for Baker Mayfield to escape the drama he's in today. In fact, those commercials are probably going bye-bye. Progressive is already looking for their new man, all right? If Baker doesn't show up, they're going to
still add them commercials right now. His name is hot. They're going to add them commercials.
If Baker doesn't show up, it's beginning July 15th. It's $50,000 a day. The NFL season runs 180 days. You do the math. That's $9 million liquid. I'm not sure Baker can afford that. So my words, if Baker Mayfield, if you're out there watching, if your wife's watching, shout out to her for subscribing to the Sports Hit List. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Show up, play, and play well. You were a fool for not taking that contract a year and a half ago. And now you're fighting for your life. You're like R. Kelly. I'm fighting for my life, man. You're like R. Kelly. I remember that. I'll never forget that interview. So show up, shut up, and play. Stop tweeting. Who cares if you demanded a trade? You don't have any power, right? If they trade you, great. But they're not trading you. They don't have a plan now. They don't have a quarterback. So toughen up and prove to us that you're worth a number 1 pick or you're not just a bust. That's all I got to say about Baker.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree with Paul on this one. Baker Mayfield. This is the situation. This is the type of situation that you built your whole persona on, having your back against the wall, being the guy that nobody wanted. This is how you went out
running from the cops. You remember that?
You went right. You went out here. You won a Heisman. You became the number one overall pick. It's time to go out there and show it, man. We all saw that the Odell, it wasn't a good fit for whatever reason. So now you went out here and got Amari Cooper now, who is a different type of wide receiver. He's more of he's one of the elite route runners in the NFL. You know what I mean? So now you got you another number 1 receiver. You're going to go out here. Hopefully they're going to get you some other receivers. I don't think Cole Beasley is a bad idea in with the Browns, but you got to go out here and show it, man. Go out here and show that you the guy.
So here's the latest. It's what I'm getting. Per source, the Packers were willing to pay Adams equally to what the Raiders are with this new deal, but Adams preferred to play elsewhere. Aaron Rodgers was aware of the developments with Adams as they unfolded in recent days. That's from Jose Felipe Diaz in the group.
Hold on. Is the ink
Phil.
dry?
Shout out to Phil, the real deal. Shout out to the bro.
Yeah, so that's the latest.
Is the ink dry on the Aaron Rodgers contract? Did he actually sign that?
And also in the group chat, everyone's talking about Derek Carr and Devontae Adams playing together 2 seasons at Fresno State. So
yes, they did. They did have a prior relationship from college.
So they were talking about playing with each other. So another team in the AFC loading up. So I mean, the AFC is going to come down to a lot. I don't know.
All I'm gonna tell you is this: it came to Adams. Knew he was going to get his money. The talent speaks for itself. He was going to get the bag. He knew that already.
Right.
Here's what I will say. You can't keep franchising a guy, bro, while one man every year restructures a deal and gets more money. I'm sorry. The NFL is a 53-man unit, technically an 88-man unit if you include the offseason. What Aaron Rodgers has done to the Green Bay Packers will haunt them forever. He crippled the – I don't care what no one says. Forget the cap numbers and all that other stuff. He crippled the Packers. And it started 3 days ago with the Zadarius Smith cut, and it's continuing with his best asset. Batman and Robin.
Right, but that's the thing, though. I guess when it comes to sports, are you going to
quarterback? It's the
right.
It's the most important position in sports.
Right, but are you willing to sacrifice some of your deal to help for this team's success to keep talent around?
That ain't my job. That ain't my job.
What you're saying is 100% accurate.
I'm gonna go get my money.
But you know what I'm gonna get my money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my money.
Let me add to that.
He was already under the salary cap, not me.
But Travis, they didn't need the restructure and give him more years. He was already under contract. You signed the deal.
You wasn't gonna let him walk into a walk year.
He wasn't a free agent.
Because then Green Bay, yes, he was after next year. This is gonna be a lame duck year. You're not gonna do that because then you run the the risk of getting nothing for Aaron Rodgers. The Green Bay Packers was not going to do that.
And this is why I love the NBA.
You don't sit there and let the two-time reigning MVP walk out the door.
Shout out to the roster, but this is why I love the NBA. The NBA cherishes their talent. They will pay you, bro, and trade you if that's what it takes, but you ain't going nowhere for free, and you damn sure ain't going nowhere for some draft picks. This is Devontae Adams in his prime we're talking about. This ain't some rookie stud on the come up. This is the best receiver in pro football. Best receiver in pro football. You remember that impact AB had when he walked in Tampa? That's what happens when you got the best receiver on the football field. And this is a receiver's game.
Green Bay better call AB.
You can't even touch receivers these days.
I don't think they want that trouble.
I can promise you AB ain't coming back.
They ain't got no choice. What choice?
Travis, who you covering next week? Who you got next week on slate?
We're gonna hit on the AFC East, man. Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, the Commanders out here with Carson Wentz.
So the NFC East.
NFC.
Yes, sir. We got a lot. We got a lot.
No, or AFC.
Oh, you said NFC?
NFC East.
The Dallas Cowboys you're talking about.
Yes, sir. The Cowboys.
All right, well, next week I will not be here. I think Mike Phillips may be your guest host who takes the spot.
Oh,
so Mike
boy.
Phillips may be
Hey, yo, Paul, teach us out. You know what that means?
Yeah.
I know. It's spring break.
I
got the bottle of the
You guys better behave. I'll still be watching.
Hold on, tell me now. We coming with bottles? Let me know.
Absolutely.
I don't want to listen.
Absolutely.
Just make sure you guys behave when there's the substitute. Behave for the substitute.
Yeah,
right?
and Deb not gonna be around either. Y'all going out of town?
Yeah, we're going. We're going to South Beach. Yeah.
Even better. Y'all gonna be lit.
Yeah, we out of town. We'll be in South Beach
for lunch.
Hey, Carl, we gonna be lit with you on air.
You guys enjoy. Listen, like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll be back for the Sports Hit List on Monday. Guys, bracketology going down. Coach Womack was dropping bars. Watch that episode. Monday, we'll have a quick special to kind of give a recap to the games as we head into, I believe, the Sweet 16. We should be heading into that round. Monday, we'll have a special at 4 o'clock, followed by Smoke and Mirrors. So, again, like, share, comment, subscribe.
I'm in second place, bro. Tell Mac, yo, my dinner is crazy.
So, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Hold on. I got to give a shout out to Paul. Buy the merch. Get the merch.
Buy
the roster.
Merch, bro.
Get it.
The roster. Yes, sir. We already know what that's like. You guys take care. Bro. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all hit list content. There's a lot going on. Like we said, we got bracketology. We got Baseball's coming back. We have football, also WrestleMania season. Listen, Stone Cold gonna make an appearance, guys. Stone Cold will be at WrestleMania. So if you guys want to watch that, so Stone Cold gonna pop some beers
for that.
If you want that nostalgic moment, reliving, you want to see Stone Cold pop some beers and give a Stone Cold stunner, he will be at WrestleMania this weekend. So WrestleMania in 2 weeks. You guys take care. Send my love to the fam. I'll see you guys.